You are watching or listening to What's the Tea? Two former support workers trying to navigate life, share some of our limited wisdom. My name is Lydia.
Limited wisdom. Limited wisdom.
Yeah.
I think you're overselling how much.
We have some wisdom.
I should introduce myself and actually just say my name's Andy
my
at this point, shouldn't I?
My name's Lydia.
But people know that already.
I know, but this is the intro, Andy. You're messing it up.
If you've forgotten, her name's Lydia. My name is Andy. And this is probably the second week in a row where we've probably been overly chaotic.
Yeah, apologies. I haven't yet listened to the last pod.
I mean, is this what happens when we record on Wednesdays?
I think it might be, you know.
Professionalism.
It's hump day. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, that is true.
Closer to the weekend.
But we don't bring the same sort of energy when we record on a Thursday. This is terrible content so far.
Anyway, Andy, moving on. How are you?
I have no idea. It's Wednesday. I didn't sleep too well.
Oh.
Last night. I'm also very aware that you didn't sleep too well last time we recorded. And the last episode, which I edited last night, was a slice of chaos. So maybe there is like a pattern emerging here between, us not sleeping
and there being pure chaos.
And chaos.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just how we cope with lack of sleep.
To be fair, though, I think we're hilarious. And I've talked about this. I think, every time I listen back to the pod, I'm laughing. Along with, when we're laughing.
I'm not sure if you can really get away with saying, I think I'm hilarious. I think that in itself is quite funny.
I think we're hilarious.
How are you?
I'm good. My work rota has shifted, so which has really helped.
Okay.
And I'm feeling good.
Oh yeah, you did that whole kind of speaking up, advocating for yourself.
I did. I advocated for myself, asking for my shifts to change to better me and better the organisation in terms of my productivity. And it just shows when you advocate for yourself and ask for something and give them
ask nicely,
give them the reasons, the benefits. It goes well.
The answer might not always.
No.
Yes, might not always go.
But it did go in my favour, which I'm quite happy about.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm also acutely aware that this is a fortnightly podcast.
It is a fortnightly.
We've already talked about last week and this week's. That is because we are recording this in a kind of random way. We normally record it like every 2 weeks. This is not how we're doing it.
Why are we recording it sooner, Andy?
Since when are half terms 2 weeks long?
Some schools have made half terms 2 weeks.
I mean, that's weird. I mean,
there's a common theme here, Andy. Your life is disrupting the pod. The last time we filmed it back to back was because you were going on holiday. And this time it's because you're going on holiday.
I've become aware that, sometimes
some of us
to take holiday
in this work relationship prioritise the pod. I'd like you to do the same.
You know what? You're also allowed to go on holiday. But
what?
You can go on holiday, but only as long as we record.
Oh, so I get it. So you can disrupt the pod, but I can't. Wow, guys, are you hearing this? The cheek. I
mean, it's true. But you also need to, make sure we record. And anyway.
So you're going off on your hollybobs again?
I think we just merged the podcast into us two just, bickering.
Yeah. We've worked together for nearly 8 years, and it just is bickering.
I'm on holiday again. No, it's basically just half term, so it's
staycation.
It's literally just kind of. Actually, I've kind of got this office at home which I'm going to rearrange.
Yes, you are.
Move around, refurbish.
You know how to live.
Put new lights up. It's remarkably boring.
It does sound boring.
There's going to be lots of anger and upset at some point.
Oh, can you record some of it so we've got some content for the pod?
No.
Oh, darn it. But yeah, you were going to be off when this goes live then, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we can say what we want about it.
The day before, I'll be slaving away trying to get everything sorted. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. I have some sort of concept of a plan.
Okay. Anyway, so we were thinking about what could we talk about in this pod, and I was just like, one thing that we haven't talked. Well, we've talked about in the ways that, you know, it's been like a self-care tip, or like, you know, but we've not actually talked about our favourite thing in the entire world, which is food. We haven't really dedicated a whole topic to that. Food. I love food. You can probably tell.
Well, I mean, I've got a complex relationship with food.
Well, so do I.
Yes.
So we're probably the worst people to do a topic on this, actually. So
yeah, that's great. So you've heard that now. Now, if you've made it this far into the podcast, it's probably time to stop listening, because Lydia's just said we're the worst people to ever talk about this.
Well, no. Okay, let's give context. Let's give context. Okay.
Go on.
Me and Andy, we are one. We are the same.
You need to talk quicker.
We are the same person. Okay, when I say we are one, we are the same person.
Right.
Because everything that Andy's got as an ailment, I also have.
It does seem to be
and
the terrible truth.
It is just purely coincidental.
Probably how we bonded.
We bonded so quickly, yeah, because we were like, life sucks for us, bond.
It's like, gluten-free person.
So me and Andy are both allergic to wheat and gluten. Yes. So basically, if we eat that substance, we are very, very ill and sleep a lot. Which we have both accidentally been poisoned in our time here of eating something that we thought was gluten-free or wheat-free, and it hasn't, and we've both nearly fallen asleep at work, which is quite hilarious. So for us, food is a bit of a difficult subject for us, because we can't just eat what we want.
And when I say it's funny as a me coping mechanism. It's not really funny at all whatsoever.
So you think, like, everyone's like, what's wheat and gluten? All the things that taste nice.
All the nice things.
Donuts. We can't have donuts, guys. I can't remember the last time I had a donut. Pizza.
Okay. Gotta stop the
pasta
podcast there.
Bread.
Sainsbury's.
I know.
Frozen food section.
I need to keep going
Probably
there.
not the same, but...
I know, I'm trying to find like a good donut place that does gluten-free. Cake, we can't have normal cake.
No.
Certain crisps we can't eat.
No.
Certain, you know, and takeaways, like Chinese, there's certain Chinese dishes we can't have. Life.
It's all about kind of researching absolutely everything about where you're going before you go to that place.
But Andy has one thing that I don't have. You do have a nut allergy as well.
Nut allergy thing. Oh,
that's an added kind of complex thing for you.
Yes.
So yeah.
So therefore, the whole kind of concept of actually kind of going to the shops, picking up lunch, that in itself is complicated, and so I think that is what Lydia means when she says we're the worst people ever to talk about food.
Yes, that's the thing. Sorry.
So
someone just texted me
food,
about work.
If you were cooking something, what would you actually cook? Because there's so much you can't cook. Yes,
there is a lot of things that can't cook, and we, you know, just to clarify, we can still eat pizza. It just has to be gluten free.
Yeah. We can still eat donuts.
So now that it's getting cold, well, it's not getting colder really, but it's autumn. It should be autumn, and it should be freezing outside, and it's not. But that's a side issue for me.
It's pretty chilly this morning.
I know, but it's not cold enough for me. I like the colder months.
You live just around the corner from work.
I know. I like the colder months.
Just to feel it.
I know I just live around the corner from work, but I want to freeze. Okay, Andy?
You want to freeze in your house?
No, not in my house, but outside. So yeah, now that it's getting kind of colder, I'm probably in my cooking element. I'm not a big fan of cooking personally. If I can avoid it, I will. And that's just because I live by myself. Cooking for one's not fun. However, the best thing I have ever bought myself is a slow cooker. Okay. If you don't like cooking and you want to batch cook because it's cheaper and it's easier, a slow cooker all the way. Slow cooker is basically you bung all the ingredients in, cook it for 8 hours on a low heat. You come home from work, it's ready, you dish it, amazing. So my go-to cooking meal in this kind of time of year is a sausage casserole. Okay. And it's my mum's, I got the recipe from my mum. I don't know where she got it from. So you get gluten-free sausages because we also can't have normal sausages. So you got sausages, baked beans, plum tomatoes, mushrooms, love mushrooms, bacon,
Mm-hmm.
garlic. I love myself a load of garlic, onion.
Mm-hmm.
Put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
And then add a little bit of gravy. So I normally add like a chicken gravy into it, just a little bit.
Okay.
And mix it all together. There's your sausage casserole. You've got the flavour of the baked beans. You've got the flavour of the plum tomatoes. You've got the flavour of the onion, the flavour of the garlic. Best thing as well, if you pick sausages that have got a bit of flavour to them. So you can get like the apple ones or the pear ones. That adds a bit of sweetness to it.
Okay.
Mwah. And then a jacket potato in the oven and have that with your sausage casserole. Best autumnal dish I can think of.
Now, I'm very aware. My microphone is slipping all over the place.
Oh, no.
So hopefully it's not too bad. So, my go-to right now, I mean, I say go-to, I've had it all of once. I've cooked it all of the one time. I'd call it not Mexican slow-cooked chicken.
Not Mexican slow-cooked chicken. Okay.
Well, the concept behind it is that it was Mexican slow-cooked chicken, but I've kind of taken out the kidney beans. So it's meant to be chicken that has been slow-cooked again in tomato passata sauce for like 6 to 8 hours, something like that. And then at that point, you kind of add in rice. You add in
cooked rice or raw rice if you're doing it slow cook.
I believe it's pass. I kept getting confused when I looked. I've only seen the video a few times.
So you've not actually cooked this?
I know I have cooked it.
Oh,
I have
okay.
cooked it. Actually,
Yeah, but
remember.
did you put raw?
I think we chucked it in raw and just cooked it within the slow cooker itself. And we put in baked beans instead of kidney beans.
Oh, I love
put
baked
in
beans.
some honey, some barbecue sauce.
Ooh.
And I think there's some onion in there as well.
Got to have a bit of onion, adds a bit of flavour.
And yeah, really, really tasty.
Oh, it does sound tasty. You need to send me the recipe.
Before you put all the beans and stuff in, important bit is you take 2 forks and you just kind of rip the chicken to shreds as well.
So it's like pulled
chicken.
chicken.
Kind of pulled chicken's kind of style.
You're going to have to send me the recipe. That sounds amazing. It's making my mouth water.
I kind of stumbled across this on TikTok.
Ooh.
Turns out TikTok amazing for kind of all sorts of cooking recipes.
It is, to be fair.
It's my go-to place for it's like that and Instagram.
Yeah, I've deleted the apps from my phone.
Really?
For various reasons, not because I was scrolling on my phone for like 2.5 hours.
Okay. So that's what happened after the other night.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you'll have to just video record those recipes for me. Thank you.
I think I've got the video kicking around somewhere.
Amazing.
I'll send it over.
Amazing.
No problems at all. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting that actually there's still a lot of talk about kind of recipe books and things like that. Yeah. But that's not for everyone.
No, it's not.
And
Especially if you're a visual learner.
Yeah.
Those videos are great. And also, what I like about videos, because I've done video recipes before, is that you can check whether yours look similar to it. Because obviously, when you've got a cooking book, they're still photos, aren't they? And you're like, how much has this been edited? Whatever. Whereas as a video, you can do it whilst the video is playing.
And you can pause, you can play back.
Yeah, exactly. It's great.
It's incredibly easy to do.
And with TikTok as well, which I've noticed, a lot of the recipes are quick, easy recipes,
Yeah.
like just banging everything in a slow cooker. If you take one thing away from this podcast today, is get a slow cooker. They're the best invention ever.
But if you don't have a slow cooker,
That's totally fine, and you can't afford a slow cooker, that's fine.
Chances are you could do it in an oven, no problem at all. A lot of ovens have like a slow cooker setting. If they don't, the chances are you probably get away with doing it on something like 100 degrees centigrade or something.
Yeah.
Very low like that. Jump onto Google.
It will tell you the best temperature.
Tell you.
Yeah. But also talking about like, I went through an adventurous period in my cooking.
Right.
You know, I don't like cooking. I did what's it called? The stuff that gets delivered to your door. Oh my goodness, fresh.
Oh, Hello.
HelloFresh.
Yeah,
How did I forget
that's
that? HelloFresh.
we did the same.
And because I had like I think we talked about this, you can get real good discounts and then you just end it after your discounts end. And some of the dishes that they did were just so easy to cook because you can choose between easy and obviously gluten-free and things like that. And if you're a vegetarian, and it gives you all the ingredients that you need without any wastage. Do they do gluten-free? Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
They'll tell you which ones are gluten-free.
Okay.
And yeah, there's no wastage. You don't need to measure ingredients. It's all kind of easy done. So, and there's other companies like that. So if you're like, oh, I want to be a bit adventurous, try some new recipes, you can try signing up to those. And most of the times, like, it ends up being really cheap for the first 5 months because they've got really good discount codes. Yeah. And I became really adventurous with my cooking as a result of that.
And I imagine kind of like help improve your level of confidence in it.
Level of confidence, yeah, definitely.
Kind of gave you a sense of kind of being able to play around with different types of food and cooking styles.
But also with my cooking as well. So like I talked about the sausage casserole. I don't measure the ingredients. I just put what I love a lot of garlic. So I put like about half of actual garlic in there. Okay. It's great as well because like those kind of recipes you don't really need to measure. If anyone's like, oh, I want the measurements for that recipe, no measurements.
But some recipes I like, actually. You know what? They'll just talk you through the ingredients step by step and talk you through. So if you're not comfortable, actually just find a recipe like that. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, where you don't need to measure out the ingredients.
So shall we do weird news?
Weird news. Do you want to do your weird news first?
Okay, now.
I just read your notes. Sorry, I just read the notes. I'm really excited about this one.
I'm going to say something very important before I get into this. This is according to the Metro.
Okay, so take it with a pinch of salt.
According to the Metro. Pinch of salt or whatever. It's not me. There's not me talking right now.
Well, it is you talking, but it's not your words. You're reading someone else's words.
Yes. I'm going to be off-quoting another source that is not me. Did you know that apparently, according to the Metro, King Charles was once behind the wheel of a UFO that zipped across the skies of a tiny coastal community in Nova Scotia, Canada in 1975.
Sorry, hang on a minute. Because I feel like this is just like similar to the podcast where I thought I heard you say people found whales in them. Someone has said that King Charles was behind the wheel and was driving a UFO.
I'm so proud of you. You listened to me this one.
But it sounds so bonkers. That's why I had to double check that I haven't just switched off and put 2 and 2 together and got about 1 million.
I mean, the Metro article then goes on to talk about, well, he did, if you take the word of a Canadian diver featured in a new documentary exploring the British royal family's ties with aliens. It gets even more bonkers.
Gosh, it sounds like an episode from Doctor Who.
It's like
the royal family are aliens.
I'm like, I kind of saw this. I was like, yeah, this
that would be a good TV show.
This probably qualifies as weird news.
Yeah, that'd be a good TV show. The royal family are aliens, a bit like My Parents' Aliens, but the royal family are aliens. Maybe we should trademark it.
CBBC, if you want to talk, we are here for you.
Yeah, just find our number on the website.
Dan Costello. I'm sure I recognise that name from somewhere. Isn't he like a voice actor or something? I don't know. Told the King of UFOs director, Mark...
Sorry, hang on a minute. There's a King of UFOs?
It's the title of the documentary.
Oh, okay, sorry.
The King of UFOs director.
Sorry, I didn't let you finish, sorry.
Mark Christopher Lee, that he saw the then Prince of Wales inside the prototype craft at Sandy Point. I will include the link in the podcast notes.
Okay, so if we were to go from this Doctor Who, it could have been an alien that watched TV, saw the royal family, and replicated it. If you believe that's what.
And then replaced the royal family.
Well, I wasn't going that far. I was going to say that alien just went back home.
Seriously, CBBC.
That is weird. That beats my article. I do want to apologise for the last article that I read. I was being very childish, so I do apologise when I read the last article. But I've prepared this one and I've read it before.
You've actually read it before.
Yeah.
Read it out on air. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I'm learning. I can be a professional. Prickly. Don't look at me like that. Prickly Mayor bans cactus plants in buildings. Okay, so a mayor has gone and made the decision to have no...
Is this all buildings?
Is it cactuses or cacti? Cacti. Has banned all cacti from buildings. So the mayor...
Is this all buildings?
I don't know, I'll get to it.
Okay.
The mayor of Plettenberg in North Rhine-Westphalia banned the spiky plants from municipal buildings after a man required medical attention after injuring himself on a cactus in a school building.
I think that's all kind of government/cancel type buildings.
A German town has banned the humble cactus from the town hall, schools and nurseries.
There you go.
The mayor of Plettenberg near Dusseldorf in Germany banned the spiky plants from the buildings after a man was seriously injured. What was an injury to the adult man's arm could easily have been a serious injury to the face of a small child in the same place, the council said, according to local media. The council reportedly said the nature of the injury could not be disclosed due to the need to protect the personal rights and privacy of the staff. Basically, they don't want to say how this man got injured because it's probably stupid.
Possibly.
He probably picked it up with his bare hands.
But if you are the gentleman in question, and
oh yes, we don't think you're stupid.
Yeah, please ignore the last few.
This is why I should prepare reading articles beforehand. Oh my goodness! Due to current situation, all official and private cacti must be removed from the buildings immediately.
You see, this makes me wonder exactly how many cacti that they have in those buildings for it to become such a thing, for it to become such a urgent thing that they have to remove. I mean, do they have like rooms just filled with cactuses?
I don't know. I feel sorry for the cacti. You know, they're just there minding their own business.
I'm fairly certain that they'll have their own home, a new home found them.
Yeah, but the thing is though, like they are like prickly. I don't know like whether he rolled in a cactus because like I've picked rolling in a cactus, but like I've picked up a cactus and it hurts. But you just pull the needles out and wash your hands.
So what we've learned here today is, Instagram and TikTok are surprisingly good places to get food recipes from.
Yeah. We've
also learned not to pick up a cactus.
With your bare hands.
With your bare hands.
And when I say pick up a cactus, you can pick it up from the actual pot, but just not using your bare hands to pick up the spiky bit.
Use the pot for the purpose.
And we also learned that King Charles is an alien.
According to the Metro article, who also goes on to say that's if you believe
in aliens.
And that's if you believe, and doesn't actually go as far as to say that he's an alien, just more of a...
He was behind a UFO spaceship. Yeah. Sorry, I added the bit that... Yeah. I let my imagination run wild.
It was you who went there.
Andy is slowly wetting profusely because he doesn't want us to get in trouble for saying that.
I just don't want the royal family to come after us. That's one fight I am not in the mood for.
No. Hopefully if, King Charles is watching or listening to this, which I don't think he will, hopefully he will chuckle at the ridiculous notion that he was behind a UFO spaceship and that he's an alien.
Now, before we get into any more trouble, please don't forget that we'd love to hear your stories, either stories of social situation or stories of a flatmate that you want advice on what they're saying or doing, as well as if you've got any tips or tricks for navigating life. I feel like we have shown that we could do with those tips or tricks ourselves.
Yes.
Let us know. Get in touch through the normal kind of social media platforms. Find us on YouTube as well as your favourite podcast provider. Until next time.
Thanks. Bye. That was chaotic, wasn't it?